Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Super Sports Central. We have huge news out of the UFL. The UFL is going to be relocating 4 teams for the 2026 season. That's right, not one, not two, not three, but 4 different teams are getting relocated for next season. Now, obviously, that's huge. That's half the league that the UFL is going to relocate, which I think is crazy. I'd be okay relocating maybe 1 or 2 teams this offseason, but 4 teams, that seems kind of crazy. But the 4 teams the UFL is relocating, they're Michigan Panthers, the Houston Roughnecks, the Birmingham Stallions, and the Memphis Showboats. And this is a really interesting decision by the UFL. Now, I understand relocating Memphis and Houston because both these teams had awful attendance this past season. As the Showboats, they were the least attended team, having just under 4,000 fans per game, and the Roughnecks were not much better, averaging about 5,700 fans per game. And on top of that, neither team was great in TV viewership, although it was okay for Memphis, but definitely not amazing. So I definitely understand relocating the Roughnecks and the Showboats. But now, relocating the Panthers and Stallions is where I have a major problem with this move, and I think this is a huge mistake for the UFL. Starting with the Panthers, they were one of the best teams in terms of attendance for the UFL this past season, as they had an average of attendance of 11,681, which was third best in the UFL. And the Panthers, they were also the only team to improve in attendance from 2024 to 2025, as the Panthers saw a 44% increase in attendance, so relocating them really makes no sense. Plus, when you consider the fact that they've started to build a connection with Detroit fans, with the Panthers obviously having Jake Bates go from the Panthers to the Lions, something like that, and when Jake Bates came back for Bobblehead Day in Week 10, they had 16,000 fans, which was one of the, I think, the most attended game in the UFL that was not in St. Louis. So, relocating the Panthers is, I think, a huge mistake for the UFL. Then, for the Stallions, relocating them is also not a good decision. When you look at the attendance for the Stallions, this past year they averaged 9,149 fans per game, which is a very solid number. It is a decrease from what they saw in 2024, but I still think that is a pretty good number, and if I'm the UFL, I would take that. But, apparently the UFL didn't like it. But where I really have a problem with this move, relocating the Stallions, is Birmingham was the best TV market for the UFL. So now you're taking your best TV market and pretty much just abandoning them. It makes zero sense. And I think this is another terrible decision from the UFL. Now, where is the UFL moving these teams? We don't know exactly where each team is going, although we do know the 4 new cities we'll be seeing UFL football in. And the 4 cities would be Boise, Columbus, Orlando, and somewhere in Kentucky, either Louisville or Lexington. Now, I definitely don't hate any of those cities for the UFL, although I do think there would have been a couple better options. And if you guys do want to see my top 5 expansion cities for the UFL, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to make a video on that. But overall with this move, I do think there's some good and some bad, but I do think the bad severely outweighs the good. I like relocating the Roughnecks and the Showboats, but I really don't see how relocating the Stallions and the Panthers is a smart move. Now, obviously, I hope I'm wrong because I love the UFL and I want to see the UFL succeed. But if the UFL fails sometime in the near future, I think this could be something we look at when looking at what potentially went wrong with the UFL. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. I want to see the UFL do well. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this can be a great move for the UFL. But right now, I don't really see how relocating Memphis and Birmingham is a good thing. But that's my thoughts on this major news out of the UFL. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. Also, sorry about the infrequent uploads. I haven't uploaded in like a month. Really haven't had any video ideas, but if you guys have any video ideas, please drop those in the comments. But that's all for this video. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.